Hello everybody, it's Wyvern here. Back from the dead. Back from a very long hiatus. And back with a short little video to discuss the state of the channel. Now, I know it's been a very long time since I posted any content here. Over a year since my last video, and over 2 years since my last Total War Warhammer video, which used to be the bread and butter of this channel. And I know many of you have been asking in the comments section what I'm up to and if certain series will be finished out, if I'll be coming back to make any more content. And I've tried to answer those questions. If I missed any of them, I do apologize, but hopefully this video will cover all of those questions in some detail, and I'll be able to talk about both what I've been up to in these past few years of absence, as well as what the future of this channel might hold, what we might be seeing in the next couple weeks and months especially. Now, first and foremost, I want to touch on why I stepped away from content creation. It was a multifaceted decision. There was many driving factors. Perhaps the most significant for me was a sort of disenchantment with Total War Warhammer. Unfortunately, this was a feeling that started for me with the latter half of Warhammer 2. I lost a lot of the passion and drive I had for playing the game's multiplayer, as I felt that many of the changes being implemented to unit balance and faction balance were just irrational, ill-considered. And unfortunately, my feelings that CA wasn't moving multiplayer in a positive direction were only exacerbated when Warhammer 3 dropped. Domination was just a mode that I felt and still feel that Total War is very poorly suited towards. The shift from Ultra to Large, or to Ultra from Large, essentially dumped half a decade of balancing work that had been invested into the game. And there were a lot of changes to unit stats or faction passives that seemed incredibly arbitrary and random, and I just could not get behind. And for somebody like myself who had committed years to the game's multiplayer, and that was really what I had loved and what I was super passionate about. It was just that love of Total War Warhammer that had really driven me to start content creation in the first place, to share my love of the game, to share the passion I had for it with like-minded people. To then see the multiplayer shifting in such a direction was quite disheartening, and it was something that made me not really want to invest the time in making any more content, unfortunately. If you are one of the people who enjoys Domination, who's happy with the changes that CA has implemented, good for you. I'm honestly glad. I know there are people who enjoy the changes, and I'm glad there are. I'm glad that the changes made suit your tastes and your place and your gameplay sensibilities. But unfortunately, it was not for me. It was not something I could get behind, and it meant that a lot of the drive I had to make content withered away and went away. On top of that, my own real life situation became quite busy. I had a lot of work-related scheduling issues, essentially. I had very little time for myself. Was working all the time, was also in the middle of moving for a little stretch, and that meant I had very little time to myself, and I just didn't want to be spending that time playing a game I was simply not passionate about for the simple reason to make content. And unfortunately, there was no other game that was really capturing my attention the same way Total War Warhammer had. There still isn't. Total War Warhammer was something it was a game I genuinely got into, and there hasn't actually been anything that's quite scratched that same itch or hit those same notes since, for myself at least. But I didn't want to do any other game content and as a mainstay of the channel, and history content, which I've always been quite passionate about and love to share my knowledge and research when I can. That unfortunately was just too time intensive, with very little time available. Researching those videos, editing them, scripting them, it was just a massive time sink for myself. And it was something I could not commit the time and effort to, especially in 2022 when I walked away from content creating. And finally, there were personal reasons. That's things I want to work on in my personal life. Being able to travel, being able to visit new countries, the ability to go hiking or experience nature, or spend some more time outdoors or with my family. The ability to, well, of course, moving was a concern, but then to pursue personal projects that I've been passionate about for a long time and just hadn't had the time or opportunity to work on. Myself, I love to write. I've loved to write since middle school, so at this point, well over 15 years for myself. And it's something I've wanted to really get into. It's a passion I've wanted to pursue. And finding the time to write has been difficult. But stepping away has allowed me to work on some of my writing projects, work on some of my novels. I was actually able to finish writing one of my novels, editing it, and I'm now hoping to pursue publishing it. So that's been an opportunity that's opened up with the sort of free time I've gotten, stepping away from content creation. I guess it is a different form of content creation, but stepping away from the video game and video content creation. Now, that's quite enough about me. It's quite enough about my opinions and decision making. What I do want to talk about a little bit here at the end is the state of the channel and where we're going to be going in the future. Despite the background footage here, Total War Warhammer is not going to be it. I have gotten back into playing some relaxed single-player Total War Warhammer, especially with some of the Empire DLC. I'm, of course, an Empire fanboy, so with some new Empire DLC, I've been spending a little more time playing Total War Warhammer again, enjoying the campaign for what it is, and enjoying some of the new DLCs and new additions to the game. Will there be much of this content? Will I be doing much single player content? Probably not a huge amount, but perhaps we'll be doing some live streams, or little unit testing or things like that. Anything multiplayer related, as far as Total War is concerned, is unfortunately done. The various unit tier lists and fixing the Forgotten series are just something I'm not going to pursue, with my interest in multiplayer being completely gone. However, with having more time, I'm hoping to pursue the history side of things a little bit more. I did have some videos that were largely recorded, in some cases just scripted, that I did not get around to finishing and publishing. And I'm hoping to complete those, perhaps in a shorter format, pursuing something more along the lines of 10 to 15 minute videos, rather than the lengthy video essays that were running 30 plus minutes that I had been using for history videos before. Hopefully something a little more digestible, but certainly I will be looking to post more history videos in the future. Video game wise, I might be touching on a few. I have been playing a decent amount of Baldur's Gate recently. I've been playing some Risk of Rain, of course, War Thunder, and a few other motley assortment of games. So you might be seeing some more varied content that's not just Warhammer related on the channel. Though, as I mentioned before, nothing's quite captured my fascination the way Total War did. And at the moment, at least, I'm definitely not seeing anything that will become a focus point in the near future. Finally, there might be a little bit of writing-related content. I've had quite a lengthy experience with it now, both writing and editing, and it's been a long journey, and it's a journey that's still ongoing. As I mentioned, I'm currently looking to get published and get my novel out there, so perhaps I'll be able to share some of my thoughts on the journey and talk a little bit about what I've worked on and some of the considerations I put into. I don't know if you guys have any interest in that sort of content, but it might get posted on this channel as I move through the process in the coming weeks and months. With that, I thank you guys for listening to this video. Hopefully it answered any of your questions regarding the channel, regarding what I've been up to. If you have any further questions or comments, be sure to post them down below. I will do my best to respond as soon as I can. If you have any thoughts and opinions on what I could do better with the channel going forward, whether it be video formatting improvements that could be implemented, whether it's content you would like to see, be sure to post it down below and let me know. And I will be sure to read everybody's comments and get back to you guys as soon as I can. I do thank you guys for listening, and I will see you all in the next one. Wyvern out.